If you're not reading at least one book per week, you really should be. Casey Chauhan, the tax bloke here. Usually we're talking about finance tips and tax savings, but today we're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna talk about this book right here. It's called Traffic Secrets and it's written by a guy called Russell Brunson. I was away recently and this book was recommended to me by a number of people. One of the reasons I picked this one over the whole host of other books on my reading list, in our business right now, we are actively looking to increase our organic and cold traffic, generally get a little bit better and optimize our site. We haven't really paid it too much attention for a number of years. So we wanted to refresh it and kind of take it to the next level, just a little bit better. So Russell Brunson is obviously the king of ClickFunnels. He's got a multi-billion-dollar company that he created from scratch, which is just a software company and a platform company, and he's got a lot of good things to say. Let's start by how I read books personally. I don't really go just from the beginning to the end in a logical or chronological order like most people would. They'd look and they'd go straight through it. I actually look at the contents page and I look at it by chapter. I'm then focusing primarily on the things that I want to learn first and more importantly, implement first as well. So when I was reading this book, I've actually started at, you can see on my page marks here, they do not begin right at the top. They actually begin, let's go to secret number 7. Infiltrating the Dream 100. I recently realized in my business Together CFO that creating partnerships was a much quicker way for us to grow. We do a lot of different things, but that was the one that we saw the biggest ROI on. So I went straight to that chapter. And then the way I read the book is I'll highlight key parts of it and I'll stick one of these tags on them. So on every page that I have a tag on, I've highlighted a section, and that's a little nugget of information that I find really useful. Once I've read it and I've absorbed it, I think a little bit and I say, how can we actually action this item? And that's where we bring in the wider team, because it's not just about me, it's about having a team in place that can do all these different action items. So we use ClickUp in our company. So I'll go into ClickUp and I'll write out some tasks and assign them to people as I'm reading, because that way the good nuggets in the book are not held in my head, but they're actually in a system and they're on someone's to-do list, and then we can talk about them, ideate them, brainstorm them, make it better, and ultimately get more things done. Now, a quick summary of what I really liked about this book was he broke down several different things. Like I mentioned, how to get into your Dream 100. If you don't know what a Dream 100 is, it's just your ideal list of 100 clients. Russell actually broke it down into 2 Dream 100 lists. One was your ideal clients, and the second was your ideal partners. I didn't really think of it like that before. And then he's got all of these cool types of things in here as well. So he's got social media publishing plans on different platforms, which I thought was really helpful. And we already implemented some of these things, but not quite the way that he phrased them. A really good tool that he taught me was keyword phrases, how to figure out what volume is being searched on Google for the keywords in your niche, but then taking it to the next level and actually going that little bit deeper in finding out what the top ranking websites are for those keywords across the top 10 keywords. So if you get 100 different websites at that point, and then create relationships with those websites to get backlinks to your own website will help you rank quicker on Google. So that was a top tip from Russell. He looked at the related search section on the Google searches, which I thought was really, really useful. As we click through it, we also talked about email copy, which was super, super helpful in terms of how to phrase things, how to keep it short and sweet, but concise. I thought that was really helpful. Then he started talking about YouTube secrets. One of the things that we're actively growing right now is our organic YouTube traffic. So there's lots of really good examples, and the way Russell tells stories is very simple. He doesn't overdo his explanations. His writing style isn't over the top like some of the books that I read. He keeps it really simple and it's really easy to understand and very quick to read. So I got through this book in about 2 hours, which was pretty easy to do. And then I've got the rest of his series of 4 books to read next. So I'll be doing it a deep dive on each of them. But I wanted to share my thoughts on this. Again, another publishing plan for emails as well. A lot of great detail, and he literally lays it all out here on how to do webinars as well. I thought he did a very, very good job. So thank you, Russell, for that. Stay tuned for future videos, finance tips, tax tips, and how to speed read and how to digest information quickly. But the key thing to take away here is to actually do the work, read the books, and more importantly, take action. There's no point reading this if it all stays in your head and you're not sharing it with your team and actually taking those nuggets. Even if it's one nugget of information from a full book, if you execute it, it could be the difference in your business, moving it to the next level. And if you're not reading at least one book per week, you really should be, because knowledge is power and applied knowledge is even more powerful. So remember to apply that knowledge. And you only get that by actually learning. KC Chauhan, the tax block. Hit the like button below, hit the subscribe and the notification button to get all of our future videos.